From a very young age, I knew about how Jesus had died for my sins. My dad and grandpa were both pastors. One day when I was 7, I snuck downstairs and I asked my parents if I could give my life to the Lord and stop living for myself and living fully for Him. They explained what that decision meant, and I was ready for that. So that night, I became a Christian and I was baptized. Things seemed really easy in life until I got to middle school. I had one friend and I would basically do anything to gain her love and attention. This is also when I began to have depression and suicidal thoughts. It really ramped up in 8th grade. This is when my double life began. I was going to church on Sundays and I was going to youth group on Wednesdays. I was living a perfect life. I was in the spotlight. I was a pastor's kid where no one could see. I was saying things that I shouldn't be saying and trying to impress my friends to gain this love, this affection that I was so searching for. For a little bit, it worked. It came to the point where I would do anything, and my friend offered me nicotine, and this turned into an addiction. In high school, my depression got a lot worse. I didn't want to tell anyone about it. I felt alone and lost, and I knew I was in sin, but I didn't want to come out of it. It came to a point in 10th grade where I was at a party. It was New Year's Eve, and I was drinking and I was smoking and I was turning to these worldly things, and I prayed out to the Lord asking Him to take my life. And I was asking the Lord, please, who would miss me? Why should I be alive? I have sinned. I don't deserve to live. No one cares about me. And instead of taking my life, the Lord preserved it. My dad picked me up that night, and instead of being mad and raging, he just showed me the character of Jesus. He was quiet. He knew exactly what was going on, and he sent me to bed. He just said, go to sleep. He drove me home and he said, go to sleep. And that next morning, he woke me up and we sat down together and he shared his story. We cried together. We went to scripture. And that's when I realized that the love that I'd been searching for through friends and through addiction was not true love, but God's love. Everything that He was standing there offering me was real and it was good, and I didn't have to earn it. And my dad at this point said, you've been relying on my faith. Trust Him, put away those things, but it has to be your choice. It can't come from me anymore. You can't rely on me. You have to rely on your own self and God. And after he was vulnerable with me and I really truly heard the love of Jesus Christ, that He came down for me, that He died on the cross for me, I couldn't hold it in. I rededicated my life to the Lord, so I stopped living that double life. I quit nicotine. I did everything that I could to run away from what I was searching for, and I felt freedom for the very first time. I felt freedom from addiction. I felt freedom from loneliness. I felt freedom from depression. They had no hold on me anymore because I had the fire of God living within me. I had the joy of God within me. Jesus met me where I was. He was just there. He didn't ask me to clean myself up before or get perfect before Him, but He said, come as you are. You are my child. You are loved. You are cared for. Jesus' sacrifice on the cross changed my life. And even though I'm still not perfect and I still struggle with depression, I was able to get off my antidepressants and I was able to be free from these addictions. And even though life is still not easy, God does not promise us an easy life. I have something to rely on. I have my rock to lean on. He is my firm foundation. And I've tasted and seen that the Lord is good.